She drives off in a state of distress and amidst the heavy rain ends up getting into a traffic accident.
I'm gonna have to completely blame this on the boyfriend, bro. If he laid it down when he was supposed to, she wouldn't have argued and she wouldn't have gotten to that car crash. This is why you can't get away with bad dick. Today, we got a title that completely enticed the heck out of me. I need y'all to not only see the title, I need y'all to see the thumbnail as well, because this is deplorable. All right, editor, I'm gonna just need you to zoom in on the thumbnail in the top right corner. Officer doesn't know that the female corpse he clapped is still alive. Huh? W title. So, you know, this caught my eye for obvious reasons. What the heck? Let's just get straight into it. I had to see what this was talking about. You already know the vibes. One curse. Bill Cosby is crazy. One curse, 3 push-ups. Let's get this going.
Made you click.
Yes.
Made you click.
Yes, you did make me click.
That brother's starving.
I don't think that's something that you should be proud of, but continue.
Wait, no, stay. Trust me, it's a good one. The opening scene features a funeral director, Elliot Deacon, who owns a funeral home. As a part of his daily routine, he prepares the corpses for their funeral while talking.
That guy is alive as heck, bro. There's too much.
As a part of his daily routine, he prepares the
I don't know what emotion this is, but this has to be an emotion, bro. I refuse to believe
corpses for their funeral while talking to them softly. Currently, he is seen preparing the body of an elderly piano teacher. We then cut to a middle school teacher, Anna Taylor, who is having intercourse with her boyfriend, Paul. Lucky Paul. Despite the romantic setting, she doesn't seem to be enjoying it at all. Later,
L strokes.
While showering, Paul inquires about the matter, but she insists that she's
oh my God. If I have sex with someone and they're in a shower like this, I'm calling it a day. You're never seeing me again. Ever.
It's fine.
Ever. I did a terrible job. Half strokes? That's not even 0.5, bro. I don't even know if you could completely consider it a stroke, bro.
Though her expression says
she did not gain a single. What the frick is that?
It's the opposite. Following this, Anna heads to work.
What was that out of her nose?
Where she finds 2 big kids bullying her little student Jack. She reprimands them and immediately fends them off. After work, Anna is leaving school.
Yo, she has a forehead of doom, though.
When the lights start flickering in the hallway, scared, she frantically runs towards the exit, but finds the door locked. Amidst this intense moment, Jack appears and inexplicably opens the door without any problem. That evening, Anna attends the funeral of her former piano teacher at Elliot's place. As she approaches the dead body, she sees it moving its mouth. Have you been
That's what I was saying. I knew it because that does not look dead.
practicing your scales? Startling her for a moment, but upon having a second look, she finds that it's normal and realizes that it must have
No, he's OD alive. OD alive.
In her imagination. Later that night, Anna goes to meet Paul at a fancy restaurant for dinner. During this, he tells her about his promotion to the company's headquarters, so he has to move to Chicago. He then pulls out a ring from his pocket, intending to propose to her and take her along with him. But before he can do so, Anna starts arguing as she thinks that he's going to break up with her. Paul tries to explain the truth, but she storms off without listening. She drives off in a state of distress, and amidst the heavy rain, ends up getting into a traffic accident. In the next scene,
I'm gonna have to completely blame this on the boyfriend, bro. If he laid it down when he was supposed to, she wouldn't have argued and she wouldn't have gotten to that car crash. This is why you can't get away with bad dick. Sorry for being vulgar. Stop dick watching. It's on the screen. It's right in front of me. I can't not dick watch.
we see Anna on an embalming table in the funeral home with a pale face and a wound on her forehead. Shortly after,
that's not a curse.
Elliot walks in and starts preparing her. As he proceeds to undress her, Anna opens her eyes and asks where she is. Elliot, with a surprising calmness, answers that she's in the funeral home and that she's dead. He further reminds her that she collided with a truck loaded with metal pipes,
but how are they talking to each other?
Causing her to die 8 hours ago. Confused and terrified, Anna still doesn't believe that she's dead, despite the funeral director's reassurances that she's merely in transition to the afterlife. Meanwhile, Paul wakes up in his house and attempts to contact his girlfriend numerous times. However, Anna's belongings are now with Elliot, who disregards the call and puts them in a storage closet alongside the belongings of other corpses. Unable to find her anywhere, Paul goes to her mother's house to inquire about her whereabouts. Much to his shock, Mom reveals about the tragic accident that led to her demise. In addition, she blames him for letting her drive in such bad...
I blame him as well, but not because she didn't drive. It's because she didn't ride. Completely blaming him for it.
Bad weather. Back in the funeral home, Elliot stitches Anna's wounds, and she's perplexed that she isn't feeling pain. She inquires about this, but he ignores her and injects her with a fictional drug called hydronium bromide. Of course it has bro in the name, which she claims will relax her muscles. A while later, Anna's wheelchair-bound
Why is she alive? I'm so confused.
mother arrives at the funeral home to see her. In a crying voice, she talks to Anna's body, asking who is going to take care of her now. Before departing, she asks Elliot to turn her hair to its
This dude's voice sounds like a serial killer, completely and utterly. It sounds like he's whispering in my ears. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of ignoring it though because this story is completely enticing.
natural color, brown. Later on, Anna wakes up to find herself alone in the room. She musters up enough strength and sits in an upright position. She then walks up to the landline phone, but it isn't working. Just then, Paul shows up in the funeral home and requests Elliot let him see his girlfriend. Despite his desperation, the funeral director doesn't let him in because he has no
Why does this guy look so familiar? Taken. Got it. Yeah. I will find you. Thank you.
legal ties to her. Hearing Paul's voice, Anna screams and pounds on the door, but her efforts go unnoticed. Paul then goes to the police station to meet his friend Tom in hopes that he can do something to let him inside the funeral home. However, another police officer informs him that Tom has gone for his patrol duty and will be back soon. Until that time, Paul enters the police impound and sits inside Anna's wrecked car. During this, he has a vision of his girlfriend, which is suddenly interrupted by Tom's hand. Paul implores him to do something to facilitate his entry to see Anna, but the latter is helpless in this regard. On the other hand, Anna wanders around the room and finds another corpse lying on the table. Not wanting to end up in such a fate, she grabs a pair of scissors and waits for Elliot. As soon as he walks in, she threatens to kill him, but the latter
That whack ass freaking swing, bro. You're telling me you're fighting for your life and that's what you get?
and waits for Elliot. As soon as he walks in, she
Bro, you don't look like you don't want to live at all.
threatens to kill him, but the latter
That was so telegram. She walked up like that freaking butt, bro. If I'm in that situation, that was quick as heck, bro. He ya ass swing. That's what I'm saying. She said, yo, that take this ass swing, bro. Wanna see something cool ass swing, bro.
latter looks
Did she drop it?
waits for Elliot. As soon as he walks in, she threatens to kill him, but the latter
This makes me mad. This actually makes me mad, bro. This actually makes me OD mad, bro. All right, bro.
unfazed. He claims that she
There's more where that came from ass swing. Swear, bro.
is incapable of harming him because she's already dead. Anna argues, questioning how she's able to talk to him if she's dead. At this point in time, Elliot reveals that she's able to talk to him because he has a gift. I have a very particular set of skills. The
W reference. No, I didn't curse. I said ass swing. It sounds like the A word, but it's not.
ability to communicate with dead people. It's like The Sixth Sense meets Jennifer Love Bubbitt. He further suggests that she let go of life because her funeral is in 3 days, after which she'll be put into a coffin and buried forever. In the next scene, Elliot is preparing an old woman's body for a funeral when he is joined by Jack, who seems to know about Anna's death. The boy asks about her teacher, to which Elliot replies that her funeral is on Friday.
The boy has the same ability,
And
huh?
asks him to leave for now. The next morning, Paul hears the whispering voice of Anna and also experiences visions of her taking a shower. Now's not the time for that, Paul. However, he soon snaps out of his sleep, realizing that it was just a dream, a wet dream. Meanwhile, Elliot returns to Anna with a dress, which she will be wearing in her funeral. While he is distracted, she discreetly steals a bunch of keys from his pocket. Later, as Elliot sets out to pick up another dead body from the hospital,
How is she able to steal the keys if she's dead?
Anna hastily uses the stolen keys and tries unlocking the door. Elliot pulls over at a gas station to refill his tank, and this is when he realizes that he forgot his keys. So he rushes back to the funeral home. In the interim, Anna manages to unlock the door and wanders around the house. She soon comes across a room with a telephone. She quickly dials Paul's number and starts praying for him to pick up. After a long ring, he does pick up the call, but soon hangs up, thinking that it's another hallucination.
He sucks. He's trash. This guy is actually trash. You can't lay it down and you can't pick it up. Oh my God, you need a blue chew. Holy. Y'all thought I was talking about the phone when I said pick it up. No, I'm still stuck on the dick. Like, oh my God, this dude sucks. Jeez, man.
Just then, Elliot finds her and lets her see her corpse-like self in a mirror. This finally makes her believe that she actually has died. At the same time, Jack, who is standing right in front of the house, notices Anna, leaving him in shock. Additionally, another suspicious event transpires. Anna sighs in front of the mirror, causing her breath to fog it. However, Elliot cleverly wipes it off before she sees it. Now that she is convinced of her death, Anna stops resisting Elliot's preparation of her body and
oh, this guy is crazy. So he like convinces people that they died and like just locks them up and steals their belongings.
doesn't give any importance to what he administers her with. On the following day, Paul goes to Anna's school to collect her belongings. When he's about to leave, he is greeted by Jack, who tells him that he saw Anna in the funeral home wearing a red dress yesterday. Paul doesn't believe him and asserts that she is dead. But when the boy claims that he doesn't love her enough, Paul becomes so angry that he slaps his face, just slaps his little face in front of everyone.
So he hitting everything but his girlfriend. Okay, God, I'll stop. That was my last one.
At the funeral home, a police officer arrives to see the dead body of his brother, who is kept in the same room as Anna. He then asks Elliot to leave him alone with his brother for a few minutes. As the funeral director leaves, the officer's true intentions become apparent as he approaches Anna's naked body. But just when he's on the verge of touching her, Elliot walks in and asks him to leave. Afterwards, Jack revisits the funeral home and confides in Elliot.
I thought that was about to get crazy.
About what he saw the other day. In response, Elliot calmly replies that they both share the same ability to
I knew that. That was so obvious.
communicate with deceased individuals. In fact, everyone has it. It's called the power of gaslighting. On his way home,
Oh, never mind.
Paul suddenly recalls the red dress Anna wore in the morning before she died. This raises his suspicion that his girlfriend might still be alive. He rushes to the funeral home, demanding to see her, but Elliot refuses. This time, Paul ignores him and breaks in, calling out for Anna. He continues searching for her until the funeral director threatens to summon the police. Paul then goes to the police station and tells Tom that his girlfriend is still alive. He further speculates that Anna has been sedated with some high dose of drugs, slowing down
100%. Crazy method, by the way. Insane method, bro.
on her heartbeat to the lowest point. However, his friend doesn't believe in him, as he doesn't have any evidence.
Yo, I've never understood this about movies. Like, why are we just doubting everything? Like, scenes like these used to always get me mad as a kid, because it's like, even if you doubt it, okay, even if you don't believe it, can we check? Can we please check? Can we please check? Like, holy plot, bro.
Evidence to back up his claim. Later on, Elliot dresses Anna with her funeral attire while the two have some deep conversation. She confesses that she was never happy with her life and wasn't able to love Paul wholeheartedly.
We know. We know. We know. I could tell.
However, now she regrets everything. The scene then cuts to the day of the funeral, where Elliot places Anna in the coffin. As he prepares to inject her with another dose of drugs, she asks to see herself just one last time. He then holds up a small mirror, and while she stares at herself, she notices her breath condensing on the glass. This makes her realize that Elliot has been lying to her the entire time and that she is
Get up before that needle enters your body, because I know for a fact that that is the lethal dose. I'm gonna need you to get out of this box.
isn't dead yet. In a state of panic, she tries to fight, but Elliot administers the drugs.
Yo, we don't want to live. Okay, so we just don't. Okay, got it. We don't want to be alive. Got it. If it's me in that box, y'all know dang well I'm getting out of that hole. Are you kidding me?
Rendering her unconscious. Later, everyone gathers in the funeral hall to pay their final respects to Anna. A short while
Elliot was definitely winning that ISO. Oh my God, that's a Nick. I almost cursed.
later, Paul also shows up and places the engagement ring on her finger. During this time, her lips and eyelids move a little, so Elliot nervously decides to close the coffin. After it is buried in a graveyard, the devastated Paul starts drinking heavily. He is then approached by the funeral director, whom Paul blames for burying Anna alive. In response, Elliot claims that maybe he is right and tells him to go check for himself. In Infuriated, Paul reacts aggressively, but before he can attack, Elliot tells him that he does not have much time left. Sensing the urgency of the situation, Paul drives towards the graveyard at full speed. Meanwhile, Anna wakes up inside the coffin and frantically screams for help as she slowly runs out of oxygen. Despite being under the influence of alcohol, Paul dodges several vehicles on the highway. He then arrives at the graveyard and quickly digs up Anna's coffin, taking her out. He somehow manages to revive her, after which she confesses her love for him. At the same time, Paul hears some odd sounds, and Anna explains it to be the sound of Elliot's scissors cutting his clothes. The next second, Paul finds himself in the funeral.
What? What? I thought he won! Wait, what?
With Elliot standing over him, preparing his body.
Yo, this nigga is a demon! This is a demon! Bro, I thought he got it!
As he did Anna's, Elliot reveals to him that he never made it to the cemetery due to a car accident, which killed him. Paul protests that he is alive until Elliot inserts an embalming trocar deep into his torso. This script may have just been an excuse for a bunch of tasteless nudity, but that was actually a pretty good twist.
Oh my God. I thought he did it. Cause like, bro, these stories are supposed to have happy endings. Where's my happy ending? Pause. Every 2 minutes, they are trapped and must vote who dies.
Mystery recapped here. Today, I'm going to explain a horror sci-fi movie called Circle. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The movie opens as a young woman wakes up in a strange room where several other people are standing in a circle.
Off rip, do y'all think I'll survive in this? Me personally? If it involves luck, no. If it involves grit and the indomitable human spirit, I got it.
Calls out, but everyone else seems to be in some sort of a slumber. The woman then tries several things. She tries to move forward, backwards, and even reach out to touch a soldier next to her. But every time she extends beyond the red circle underneath her legs, a harsh buzzer sounds off. Suddenly, a man from the other side of the room tells her to stop moving. He points out that someone is monitoring all of them closely, but doesn't have any further information. Another woman soon wakes up and immediately begins to flop around in a panic. The man tries to calm her down, but she is so stressed that she walks out of her circle. Nanoseconds later, a beam of electricity shoots from the middle of the circle, killing her on the spot. This is when the lights come on and everyone in the room wakes up. We see that there are about 50 people in this strange room. They have been arranged in 2 concentric circles around a black dome placed in the center. While everyone else is panicking, a young Asian man figures out that
would be you. No, I'm not dying first, bro. Put some respect on me, bro. If I wake up into a room and I'm in like a red square and I see that everyone else is also in their respective red squares, I think I have the survival instinct to not step out of the square. Like, no, that's not me. That's not me. Yoyo, I've been watching you since 2022. Watch every reaction video you drop faster, boy. Dang, you be watching, bro. Isolation J, thank you, boy.
That he can control the lights on the floor. There are several arrows on the ground, one each for every person in the room. The Asian man closes his right fist, which makes the lights stop in front of a woman. Seconds later,
Okay, this might kill me because I do feel like someone would slime me out. I do go with that.
Electric current from the central dome zaps her to death. After realizing what just happened, the Asian guy tells everyone about the lights on the floor. The people soon realize that they can only see the light which they can control. In the meantime, a pregnant woman in the front row figures out more about what is happening. She realizes that the beeping sound comes on every time they close their fists. In an interval of around 2 minutes, the electricity then zaps one member in the room. She yells out that they're actually voting and choosing who dies by closing their hands. The pregnant woman also mentions
that pregnant woman is cooked, bro. They're about to get a double kill. They're about to be one step closer to a UAV. I already know that's going to happen. She's gone.
That voting the already dead or not voting at all won't work. In such cases, the central dome simply kills people at random. Suddenly, a young guy in a checkered jacket
I'm surprised a black guy has made it this far.
It tells everyone to quiet down. He suggests they develop a strategy to figure out what's happening and stop it. Rather inhumanely, he proposes that they should all vote to kill the older people first. This will give them at least 2 minutes between each kill to figure things out. A few minutes later, the first old man, who is 82 years old, gets zapped to death. Everyone is horrified, but they quickly move on and discuss their next move. They ask the soldier if he knows what's happening, perhaps an alien invasion, but he's just as confused as the rest of them. Then a young guy dressed in a black shirt starts speaking about what he remembers before waking up there. He recalls being stuck in a traffic jam and then running away from Los Angeles before everything went dark. Their conversation is interrupted as the beeping sound starts once more. Like previously discussed, they vote and kill the second oldest person.
Yo, they are not collecting Social Security in this hole. Look at this innocent ass woman, bro. She kind of look like my grandma. I ain't gonna lie. Look at this. That's so bad.
Afterwards,
at least he's not showing. That's crazy. That is crazy. Laughing is crazy. Bro, no, wait.
Third old person, who is next in line, claims to remember something, perhaps the aliens, how they spoke, and what they looked like. Several people think he's lying to save himself. They had green wieners. I mean, green noses. Wieners for noses.
We all automatically vote out Yo-Yo. Well, first off, in this case, I'm definitely living because I'm not old. There's no, like, that guy's older than me. This guy's for sure older than me. She's older than me. She's older than me. He's older than me. She's older than me. I got a lot of time. I'm not gonna lie.
Just kill me. And seconds later, he gets zapped anyway. Despite all the elderly being electrocuted to death one by one, they have managed to gather no substantial information. The Asian guy thus asks who will be next, and everyone.
Bro, we know who is her right here, bro. I know there's no way anyone in this room gets killed before her.
Gather no substantial information. The Asian guy thus asks who will be next, and everyone looks at a woman in a hat, asking her age. She tells them she's 52 and reveals she had recently defeated breast cancer. The checkered.
No, that's great. That's amazing. Did you just say round 2? I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. Mango, think about what you did.
Jacket suggests she should go next, since she's more likely to die anyway. However, a black woman who is a doctor by profession quickly points out that that is not true. Jacket guy argues that anyone over 50 should be eliminated, but others disagree. The jacket guy continues to speak, so the others end up zapping him to death. After a brief silence, the cancer survivor suggests they start figuring out why they were chosen to be in the circle. Most people are reluctant to say anything, but a man from the back row volunteers. He says his name is Craig before others remind him not to share their names. He then reveals that the woman on his left is his wife and pleads with the group not to kill her. A guy asks if anyone else knows each other, and a middle-aged man says he knows the female doctor. However, the two refuse to share what the relation between them is. The beeping continues, and another person is zapped out randomly. Following this, the group turns to a Hispanic man, but he doesn't speak English at all. A woman
Yo, Mango, what's he gonna say, bro?
Behind him offers to translate, and after a bit of conversation, she reveals that the man is from Mexico and has 3 daughters.
Mango, No, Mango's Mexican!
This prompts a man in a red tie, who is a lawyer, to start a conversation about illegal immigration.
Get him out of here. Get that guy out of here specifically, bro. Why are we talking about illegal immigration? We don't even know if we're in America anymore, dickhead. We're in a box. What does that have to do with it? Get him out of here, bro.
Due to the incessant pressure from a few others, the translator asks the Hispanic man if he is in the US legally. The latter says he isn't, but that doesn't seem to
What does that have to do with anything that we're dealing with?
change the perspective of others, especially the lawyer. The beeping starts, but instead of the Hispanic man, a young girl in the front row gets zapped, shocking some of the group. Shortly afterwards, a cop in the back recognizes a tattooed man named Raul from the front row. He accuses
Yo, Hispanics is getting hella strays in this job.
Accuses Raul of beating his girlfriend, to which the latter says she got what she deserved. In a rather obvious outcome, Raul gets zapped a few minutes later. A blonde woman from the front row then theorizes that they're meant to figure out who is good and who is bad. A man disagrees, speculating that whoever captured them just wants to see people kill each other for amusement. But a blonde man supports her point, saying they are indeed deciding who deserves to live. Upon hearing this, a young man raises the topic of race. Some white participants claim that race doesn't matter in this circle, but he continues to argue. Other African Americans in the group warn him to drop the subject, fearing it will make him a target. Soon enough, a heated argument breaks out, and the cop chimes in with pretty straightforward racism. Everyone is left speechless with his behavior, and when the
I'm not gonna lie, I can just tell by their facial expressions that the acting in this movie is terrible. Is anyone else like feeling that? Like, I just feel like when they're saying things, it's just not convincing. Okay, well, this is a good video. Like, the plot is OD tough though.
beeping starts again. The cop gets zapped.
Of course.
After this tense moment, the soldier says they shouldn't turn on each other and instead try to figure out what is happening to them. The next time the beeping starts, the pregnant woman and a man are chosen, with golden lights falling on them both. Everyone votes again, and the man immediately gets zapped to his death. Soon, the guy in the black shirt and the soldier think they should protect the pregnant woman as well as the kid. Things, however, take a twisted turn, as in the next round of beeping, both the pregnant woman and the kid are chosen. One of them is sure to die, but suddenly a guy standing behind raises both his arms, yelling out that they should both die. He breaks the rule of the circle and is thus zapped instead. Seeing this senseless death around them, a few people begin to volunteer to end their lives. An elderly gentleman walks off from his circle, and a teenager who feels guilty about killing others does the same. Wait, what did that guy say? He's dead now, I don't know. Next, everyone expects the soldier to volunteer, but he doesn't want to because he thinks he's sacrificed enough in his life.
Boy, if you don't do your job, what? You sacrificed enough? What are you talking about?
Recently returned from serving in Afghanistan and wants to get back to his family.
Hey, oh, he hasn't even seen his
Time is running out.
That's complicated.
And eventually a woman from the back walks out.
Nah, never mind. There's no way you as a veteran let her walk out before you. Never mind. Yeah, walk out your circle, boy.
After saying that she lost her young son a few months ago. Suddenly, a suited man from the front row asks the blonde next to him if she's a porn star. She says no, but he keeps pushing her, questioning her character and what she does to make ends meet. The next voting round comes up, and everyone votes him out. We've all seen her videos too, man. Just relax. While the blonde is crying, a middle-aged man wearing glasses says they should take into
I feel like I would have died because my legs would have fallen asleep and I would have had to sit down.
account if some of them have children. Craig says that he and his wife have a daughter, while Glasses thinks that the ones that don't have children should sacrifice themselves. Things begin to turn ugly when the lawyer asks a woman
Why is he still here?
from the back if she has any kids or a husband. The lawyer earlier had expressed rather conservative views about the Hispanic man too. Now, he just seems to be targeting the woman because she has short hair and dresses like a man. The woman doesn't back down.
What? Get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here, bro. What's good, Simba?
Pointing out that she is a lesbian and has a wife. This riles up the lawyer even more, but he doesn't realize that the next round of voting has started. Seconds later, the voting begins, and he's electrocuted.
Thank you. Good God.
To death. After another intense debate about what to do next, the beeping starts again. This time, the female doctor and the black man, who knows her, are chosen at the same time. The duo decides to die with dignity, and together, they step out of their circles. With the numbers now dwindling fast, the conversation turns to work and contribution to society. As they are engrossed in debate, the Asian guy gets suddenly zapped. The man in the glasses keeps explaining that it's important to know who contributes more to society. Some are in his favor, while others are against judging people on the basis of their jobs.
How do they get out of this?
When the next round of voting comes, the translator woman is zapped. Now,
oh, now the Hispanic guy can't say nothing.
Now, most of the people think that the Hispanic man should be next, as he can't even
talk to no one.
Speak in English. The man in the black shirt, however, points out the pattern in their recent voting. He says that people who would never vote for the kid or the pregnant girl are quickly getting killed off. Now that the question of sides
Wait, the people who would never...
is raised. They start counting each other to see who stands where, who will vote for the girls, and who won't. In the next round of voting, the young kid and the Hispanic man are chosen, but the latter quickly sacrifices himself. The man with the glasses
Real.
once again starts antagonizing everyone.
He said men who play with their kids are gay. You have to watch it. This right here is quite literally why I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that, bro.
And aligns with the side that wants to kill the pregnant lady and the girl. He and the blonde guy convince the couple and the black man to join their side. However, when the kid and the man in the glasses are chosen in the next round, the majority vote for the man. The group descends into a chaos of argument, but the beeping doesn't care whether they are ready or not. Hence, they quickly choose a guy with an amputated arm and buy some...
Why would you What type of choice is that?
more time for themselves. This also gives rise to a new kind of equation. The group which wants to finish off the pregnant woman and the kid now have the majority. Turns out the black man has chosen their side and wants to vote out the kid in the next round. However, the soldier, being the de facto leader of the other group, tries to save the kid. He says they should vote for the wife to test whether the husband would sacrifice himself for her. The couple
that's a good bet.
have remained neutral until now, and the soldier starts putting pressure on them. He grills Craig. Come on, Craig! Saying that if he doesn't sacrifice himself, his wife may die in the next round. The voting starts, and Craig at the last second caves and agrees to help the soldier. They then switch their vote and kill the black man, effectively evening out the people on both sides. After he dies, the blonde guy grows angry at Craig and questions whether he and his wife are even married. The group also joins in, and the lesbian asks the wife what her husband...
Do we not have any more POC representation in this room? That's crazy. That we lost every single minority, huh?
In a surprising twist.
Yeah, we're all gone.
She doesn't remember it, even though he said it earlier. An enraged Craig finally admits that they aren't married and tries to put all the blame on the woman. But he is killed when the next round of voting ends.
Bro, this acting looks so bad. These facial expressions, bro.
2 minutes later, the voting begins, resulting in a 5-way tie between the blonde guy, the soldier, cancer lady, the blonde woman, and the lesbian. That's one superhero squad that's gonna have trouble taking down Thanos. A quick revote is taken, and everyone except the blonde guy is electrocuted to death. Now, there are 2 clear leaders left. The blonde guy, who believes they should kill the pregnant woman as well as the kid, and the guy in the black shirt, who wants to save them. The voting begins once more, and everyone votes except for a pot-bellied middle-aged man. Consequently, the fake wife dies, leaving behind only 5 people. The man in the black shirt observes that the older man has not voted throughout the entire ordeal, yet managed to survive. Then, the black shirt guy manipulates the blonde guy into thinking they will all vote for the pot-bellied man, unbeknownst to them.
Blonde guy's next. Blonde guy's next.
The black shirt guy and the pregnant girl have an unspoken agreement and kill off the
Yeah, I knew that.
guy.
Next is Potbelly guy.
In an act of heroism, the pot-bellied gentleman still refrains from voting, allowing himself to be zapped off next.
That's so predictable. Black shirt guy.
Following this, only the man in the black shirt is left with the 2 girls. The man theorizes that maybe the aliens are conducting an experiment to understand humanity, how humans judge each other, and what matters to them. He is ready to die next, but also reminds the 2 girls that one of them must decide who gets to live. Despite being scared, the kid says she'll sacrifice herself for the sake of the baby. The black shirt guy offers to go with her and asks the kid to wait until the beeping starts. In a shocking twist, just as the kid steps out of her circle, black shirt guy votes for the pregnant woman. This causes both the pregnant woman
Oh my God. There's no way he did that. He shoots from 3. I'm deleting that. I'm cursing. That's so fucked up, bro. Oh my God. I'm starting to get tears in my eyes, bro. That's so messed up. That curse didn't count.
and the kid to follow.
Oh, Bro, kid deaths in movies are such a no-no for me, bro.
Over, and we realize that the black shirt guy has successfully manipulated them. However, nothing happens, as the man is still trapped in the room. To add to his confusion, the beeping starts once more, making him think that the aliens are going to kill him regardless. But the sound soon stops, and it is then that the man realizes there is someone else in the room, the unborn baby. He must now choose between the baby, who is inside the woman's tummy, and himself. The scene abruptly shifts, and we see that the black shirt guy wakes up outside in Los Angeles. He gets back to his feet, looks up, and sees multiple alien ships in the sky. He then joins a group of similar survivors who are standing nearby, staring at the spaceships, who I guess only want the most sophisticated sociopaths left as their
Oh yeah, because every single person in that group of people is crazy as heck.
competition. Subscribe for more videos like this.
What is this movie? It doesn't say. The budget had to be under 20,000. Yeah, for sure. I still don't. Oh, so it didn't have a purpose. It's not. So it's not a series. It's a show. It's probably making a movie about human morality. That was just an evil Mr. Beast video, LMAO. That was crazy. That was insane. But hey, man, if y'all think we should watch more movie recaps, let me know. But hope you guys liked the video. That's going to be it from me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.